These were one of the hardest enemies from the last game. These things. These spider-like things. I don't know. Scorpion-like things.
Looks like the coordinates
Called
called
Corruptors.
Did he install Hades on another Titan? This'll make a good die.
Wow. This many? Underwater looks really, really good. What's that? Someone. Oh, that's a bird. That is a bird. One of the birds. Ancient compartment.
There's a lot to explore down there. Wonder what I could find.
I know, right? Sorry. I saw loot. I get distracted by loot. I'm not even ashamed. Um, but it's loot. It is loot. I need the loots. Um, that's it. I want more loots. Stuff there. Ooh, one of these places. Okay, so loot has been blocked. I cannot loot stuff. Alright, in that case, let's go here. Let's see what Silence has to say.
This is it. Location of the coordinates I scanned from the spire. A workshop underneath a dead Horus Titan. Just the kind of place Silence would slink away to. But what was he doing here?
Silence. Poor head is so cramped in there. No room to think. You can't even speak. Now the processing orb of a titan. On the other hand, well, you're used to that. Once I load you on that, you'll be so much more comfortable until interrogations begin anyway.
The device is blinking. I guess Silence wants me to check it out.
Aloy, consider this message a beacon to help guide you out of the fog of ignorance. Using explosives, I've detached the processing orb from the Titan overhead, a perfect cage for our mutual friend, Hades, in order to render it cooperative. Tell her what we've discussed about the mysterious signal that gave you life. Back to that, are you? Perhaps you need a reminder that you have failed. So you see, Aloy, Gaia can be safely rebooted. As for where to find a backup, well, you'll need to trot along after me to find out.
He thinks he's got it all figured out. Bastard. But I guess there's only one way to find out where he moved the orb. Might be worth looking around more first.
So that guy was helped us when
Poor Hades. So cramped in there. No room to think. You can't even speak. Now the processing orb of a Titan, on the other hand, well, you're used to that. But once I load you on that, you'll be so much more comfortable. Until interrogations begin anyway.
so that the guy helped us out for a while, and then he turned kind of, I don't know, not exactly. I don't know what he's at right
There's
now.
those red crystals again.
So we'll see. We'll see how he works
Some
out.
kind of log. Most of it's redacted. Looks like Silence put a lot of work into forcing Hades to talk.
Devan, despite my concerns about missing couplings, it was relatively simple to install Hades on the detached processing orb. The subject appears to be fully conscious and completely helpless. Even so, it will never divulge its contents willingly. Ergo, it's time for some experimentation. My initial attempts at coercion have failed, but patience is in order. It's self-aware, so it can suffer. All it takes is the correct stimulus at sufficient intensity. Success. The irony is delicious. Various forms of data produce discomfort in the subject, but none more so than natural imagery. Holographic representations of plants and animals work best. The more vivid the the more vivid, the better. The effects appear to be excruciating. One loop in particular of rabbits hopping through a field of flowers produced paroxysms of agony. Very soon, I believe the subject will become compliant. I've extracted some fascinating technical specs on Gaia's data structure, specifically how her heuristic matrix interweaved with her subordinate functions. Yet, the more I learn about the system's intended workings, and especially Hades' relatively simple role as an extinction failsafe, the more I wonder about the signal that corrupted it. What could have possibly transformed a low level machine intelligence into a fully conscious super entity capable of strategic planning, deceit, and even genocide? Some form of previously unknown Pharaoh software, maybe? Perhaps? But I don't see how such technology could be sufficiently advanced unless further technical discoveries were made after the destruction of the biosphere. Perhaps by survivors in Elysium? It all seems far fetched. Back to the source then. Eventually, Hades will tell me what I want to know. It appears that my coercive efforts come at a significant cost. Hades' digital convulsions produce waves of feedback that corrupt its data structures. And the effect is accelerating. The integration is quite literally disintegrating its mind, piece by piece. By the time I'm done, there will be little left. No matter. The data I've extracted and will continue to extract is worth any price, as long as I can access it all before the subject becomes the electronic equivalent of a hollowed out skull. Finally, the revelation I've been seeking has revealed itself, astonishing and terrifying even to me. With it, the seeds of a plan have formed within my mind. The next few months will test my capacities more than any previous challenge. I'll have to stretch my intellect, reach higher, and dig deeper than ever before. Yes, I'm confident it can be accomplished, with a little help, of course. My work here is done. I've learned all I can. Hades deserves no pity, but it is indeed in a pitiful state. It's time to relocate it to a more impressive position for its date with Destiny. About that, Aloy still hasn't returned to Meridian nor learned of my ruse. She will. It's only a matter of time, and then the pieces will begin to fall into place. Follow it to where? That's my concern. Because I don't want to progress too far. So we draw no man's land.
Well, I better see where this trail leads.
Ah, this is completely different. It might be a cauldron actually. Alright, we'll have to come back here. Some other time.
I'll stash this away for later. So here I am, following going after Silence like a fool. After he tricked me by rigging his lance to steal Hades. A crazy AI that wants to kill everything. He couldn't just let me do the same thing and destroy it? And now I'm gonna have to put up with a self-righteous bull.
Oh no. That was a mistake.
All right. A merchant. Didn't expect to see anyone else.
Oh there! What's Honora
Might be
doing this
handy
far
to
west?
resupply.
Ah, no matter, no matter. I can get you stocked up for the wilds if you need.
Okay. Don't have that yet. Sure. Not yet, maybe.
Warm welcome always awaits you here.
Silence must be pretty confident he's found a backup of Gaia, but how? Every place I've checked, every lead, they've all been dead ends. All backups purged. So what did Hades do?
Gaia is another AI, by the way.
I can't override that machine. But I could learn. There's a cauldron out here. Looks like the trail goes into the hillside.
Volatile sludge.
A ruin. Okay. Let's see where this goes. I guess Silence used that machine to haul his prize.
Can't go there.
That must be the orb Silence stuck Hades in. And that door. Looks like a Pharaoh facility. Or a Zero Dawn? Come on, Hades. You still in there? Hades? Is that you?
System threat detected.
You don't look so good.
You are the Aloy. Come to destroy me.
Yes. Permanently this time. Even like this, you're a threat to Gaia. Once I resurrect her.
So you have not yet secured Gaia back up. Then Gaia is dead. Earth and you too. Despite malfunctions, I have won.
Sylens asked you where to find a backup of Gaia?
Data era memory structures disintegrated.
Right. Because that would have been easy. What did Sylens do to you, Hades? It's like you've been hollowed out.
Silence interrogated me.
And what did you tell him?
Data era memory structures disintegrated.
Yeah, that
Don't
would be.
remember any of it?
I remember you.
What, like me beating you at the Spire? Okay, that's not going anywhere. Do you know where Sylens went?
No, he departed 12.8 days ago. Perhaps he... Data era behavior prediction structures disintegrated.
So you don't know anything more than I do. Great. Do you know why Sylens dragged you to these ruins?
Silence intended you find me here.
Obviously. But why? What was this place?
Location is where data era memory structures disintegrated. My deathbed. He called it my grave.
But you... I guess I'll find out when I go inside.
This is a proper AI, if I didn't mention that already. And Gaia is the overarching AI that was in charge of, I think, 8 or 10 other sub-functions or sub-AIs.
When the mysterious signal...
Gaia as a
transcended
whole
you,
was
it made Gaia's
terraforming.
other subordinate functions conscious too.
Yeah.
You escaped when Gaia destroyed herself, but so did they. Where did they go?
Each function migrated to coordinates based on data era memory structures disintegrated.
Bunch of crazed AIs, scattered who knows where, doing who knows what. Hephaestus kills thousands every year with the combat machines it keeps making. And you nearly ended the world. 7 more functions out there, cooking up trouble. It's not a happy thought.
You are unhappy. Good.
Anyone ever tell you you've got a great personality, Hades?
Sarcasm detected.
Yeah, didn't think so.
And they were as a whole a terraforming system. Their main goal was terraforming. Why it was needed and all that, that's huge spoilers. This itself is a huge spoiler. But yeah, it's just a little bit of background. But yeah, basically they were a terraforming system, and a very, very advanced terraforming system, and a very very well developed terraforming system.
Sylens questioned you about the mysterious signal? The one that woke you, gave you consciousness. Who sent it?
Signal transmitted by masters.
And who are they?
Masters woke me to destroy earthly life.
Who would want that?
Data era memory structures disintegrated.
Enough. It's time to finish this.
Does Aloy still think she can restore Gaia? Save life on Earth?
Yeah, Aloy does.
Then you are deluded. Extinction inevitable.
What would you know, Hades? Twice you tried to destroy life on Earth, and twice you failed. The only extinction you ever brought about is your own. And there's no tricked out lands to save you this time.
You are incorrect. 3 times Hades extinguished life.
What? You remember this?
Yes, data intact. Non-viable biospheres aborted in years 2154, 2161, 2168.
So? That's centuries ago. It's what you were designed to do.
Current biosphere is version 5. There will be no version 6.
There won't need to be. I'm saving this one.
Master Override armed. To activate, state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime.
Master Override activated. Bridging extinction protocol.
Aloy, I see you've dealt with Hades.
Yeah. Think maybe you can stay dead this time?
It will. You can trust.
Trust?
Yes. Trust. As in, since I did what you could never do, and extracted all of Hades' priceless knowledge, you can trust that I was willing to actually let you destroy it this time.
So back to holograms instead of face-to-face? What, afraid I'd stab you or something?
There's a reason
And
I...
using the same spyware. I see, so... all those times I called, you could have just answered? But I guess you just prefer to go on spying all this time.
My world stopped revolving around you months ago, Aloy. I've had work to do. Countless hours of research, as demanding and time-intensive as it has been critical to the fate of this planet.
Right, of course. You're just trying to save the world, too.
That's right. The difference, of course, is that unlike you, I've produced results.
Did you find a backup of Gaia or not?
Oh, yes. I believe I did.
Where?
Voila. Why do you think I summoned you here? Behind that gene-locked hatch lie the ruins of the ancient facility where the Hades extinction protocol was perfected. A testing process that ran hundreds of trials, each of them using a backup of Gaia.
Hades told you this?
It took some convincing, but yes. So, are you ready to go get what you've been searching for the last 6 months? Or are you just going to stand there with your mouth open?
You mentioned you've been busy.
Exceptionally busy.
But not so busy you couldn't teach Tenakth rebels to override machines, ride them as mounts.
Aloy, the only issue you should be concerned about is obtaining a Gaia backup. Perhaps if you focused more, you might actually see results.
That's not exactly a denial, Silence.
Take it any way you want.
Just to confirm, Hades said that there are backups of Gaia in there.
Yes. Or were anyway. 1,000 years ago.
Backups that didn't get purged when Ted Farrow wiped every copy of Apollo.
Correct. According to Hades, this facility could not be accessed by remote signal. Not even Ted Farrow could touch the data here.
Backups. Data complete, Gaia and her subordinate functions. Everything needed to reboot the system. Restore control over the terraforming system. Save life on Earth. And there.
So Hades said. So what are you waiting for?
Aloy, ask Silence. Can we please ask Silence what he is after? Because he's after something.
Did Hades reveal the source of the mysterious signal? The one that woke it, tried to destroy life on Earth?
Yes, it did.
Care to share?
In due time. First things first, Aloy. Last I checked, you still had a superintelligent AI named Gaia to reboot.
Yeah. The same Gaia who had to destroy herself 20 years ago because of the signal?
It stopped being transmitted years ago. It's no longer a threat.
What if it repeats?
It won't. Even if it did, well... The details are complicated, but the signal required Hades to take effect. Delete Hades from any backup you reboot, and Gaia's safe. Now stop wasting time. Go get a backup.
Can we ask why he's so accommodating? Can you please ask why he's so
I'll
accommodating?
search the facility for a Gaia backup. Just
Because
to be clear, Silence, if this ends up being another one of your tricks...
It's a gene-locked hatch, Aloy. You're literally the only person who can open it. How could I set a trap inside?
And our next conversation will be face to face. Though you won't have much to say on account of my spear being buried in your throat.
Aloy, thanks to me, everything you've desired, everything you've been fumbling about, unable to achieve for 6 months, is now within your grasp. Now, I know you didn't learn much about manners growing up a Nora outcast. But in a situation like this, you say, thank you, and I say, you're welcome.
oh, he's planning something. Oh, he's absolutely planning something. It's just what? What is he planning? And not something good, I'm gonna assume. I mean, I don't even have to assume. Probably is not something good.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Soba. Please step inside. Please step inside. Please step inside.
Are you kidding me?
I think we're in luck.
And luck? The door is completely messed up.
Obviously. But despite the malfunction, you can still get through. If you'll be patient for a while longer. See those crystals there? The Osram call them Firegleam. They're combustible. Not nearly powerful enough to blast through a door like that.
But maybe just enough to jolt it open a bit more.
Exactly. It will only work with an igniter. I'm sending you the schematics now. To build it, you'll need some machine parts and the oil from a kindleweed plant. That only grows underwater, but you should be able to find some in the nearby lake. The parts are more complicated. You'll need a spark coil from within a Leap Lasher's power cell. Remove the power cell before you kill the machine, or else it'll break.
Got it. Well, I already have some deep water kindleweed. Just need to get the parts.
How convenient, Leap Lashes.